It's a beautiful Sunday, December 14th, and you're listening to the Oklahoma Breakdown with Ikard and Lehman presented by Riverwind Casino. Riverwind is Oklahoma City's premier casino experience, and there are so many reasons why Riverwind is consistently voted OKC's number one casino, but it all starts with their amazing variety of gaming thrills and excitement. Riverwind's beautiful award-winning environment plays host to more than 2,800 of the latest electronic games with a huge selection of table games, including blackjack match roulette, and Teddy's favorite, craps. No matter what your game, Riverwind has it in spades and hearts. And to learn more about their gaming promotions and entertainment options, all you can do is visit riverwind.com. Riverwind Casino, always a good time. And Ted, the live podcast came together, my friend.
Oh my gosh, did it ever. Star-studded event.
Live podcast on Thursday, December 18th at 7:30 at the Showplace Theater at Riverwind Casino. Now, we were told doors will open 6:45-ish.
Yep.
Special guests, Josh Pate, Cole Kublik, Stanford Steve Coughlin, and Dusty Dvorak. And maybe last but not least, emceed by the voice
That's
of the
right.
Oklahoma Sooners, Toby Rowland.
That is right. We are above our pay grade on this still, right? We'll be there, but these are the people you want to hear from.
It is going to be so much fun, man. I am so excited. Now, a few more details about it. All ages are welcome. We asked Riverwind, they said, bring all your kids. We are going to do our best to keep the language PG, right? We've made a concerted effort on here to do that so that people can listen with their kids. We'll try to do the exact same thing for the live show. Now, I know some people are worried like, hey, I don't want to come all the way if there's not a seat for me. We brought that up with Riverwind, and they've seemed very confident about the seating situation, Ted.
A lot of room there. There's going to be a lot of room. That should not be an issue at all. There's going to be tons of seating. Come in, bring the family, have some fun, listen to some of college football's biggest stars out there up on the stage. It's going to be awesome. I can't wait for it.
There will also be multiple bars open for those interested.
Of
multiple
course.
beverages.
Bars.
Beverages will be available.
Tons of
And
giveaways.
lots of giveaways. Several of our sponsors have given us stuff to give away. Like we're over $2,000 of stuff to give away already.
Awesome.
And I think we're going to get a few more, Ted. So all we ask, please show up, because if this goes well, like every time OU hosts a playoff game, we're hoping to make this a tradition.
Yes.
So if you show up and show the great people at Riverwind Casino that you want to come to this, then it can become a tradition. And that would be a lot of fun for us. We think a lot of fun for everyone. So please come. Please.
Please. It feels like it's going to be awesome. I hope we're not yelling into an empty auditorium.
Even if we are, it'll still be fun.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if
That's
it's
true.
just us, we'll have a good time. But it'd be great if there was a big crowd, a lot of energy in the room. That's our expectation. Please show up. Please. Now, before we jump into some of this OU football news, Ted, something very important we need to mention. We've got a young Sooner fan named Miller that is at St. Jude's in Memphis. And he's battling, man. He's battling with everything he's got to watch the Sooners play Alabama on Friday night from the hospital there. And I mean, this is one tough dude. Battled leukemia twice, has had multiple bone marrow transplants, and is now battling a rare lung disease. So, and I sent this to Coach Venables and to the players on the team as well. But I just want to encourage all of our listeners to send him and his family some words of encouragement. And I was told the best way they can do that is to go to this Facebook page. And if you just type in facebook.com/The Adventures of Mighty Miller, that's facebook.com/The Adventures of Mighty Miller. That will take you to that Facebook page where you can leave some words of encouragement for all of them in the comments section. But one tough dude, man, and he just all he wants to do is see the Sooners get a win on Friday. So had some people reach out to us about that, and want to make sure we all send as many words of encouragement as we can to Miller and his family.
That's right. That's tough, but a lot of prayers, a lot of people behind you, and hopefully the Sooners go get it done for you. It's I know it's tough, but there's a lot of people pulling for you, brother.
Sooners game on Friday. Miller's 15th birthday on Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Could be a huge weekend for our man. But yeah,
Very
so
nice.
that is facebook.com/ the adventures of Mighty Miller. Hop on there, send some words of encouragement to him and his family. So on to the OU football stuff. We'll preview OU Bama just like we always do on Wednesday's episode. We are expecting to have our buddy Greg McElroy on that episode, which he always gets a very interesting response from our listeners when we have Greg on. Let's say a polarizing figure to the Oklahoma Breakdown listeners, but he's about as straight a shooter as they come. So we're going to try to get something recorded with him in the next couple days for that episode, Ted, and that should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it's interesting. He's had some interesting comments lately too that we can ask him about. So that should be a very revealing interview.
No doubt about it. All right. We're all looking, hey, we're just kind of waiting for the game now. We've seen
Right.
these two teams play. It's one of those things like, could this game just hurry up and get here? But I feel like the conversation around the game is there's just not much sizzle behind this matchup. Now, two of the most tradition rich blue blood programs in the history of college football going at it in the first round of the playoff. Like, it's not nothing, right? But it's a rematch. We've already seen this. Both offenses are struggling coming into it. Seems like everyone is just expecting kind of a low scoring, physical battle. But Ted, it looks like Alabama has found something to latch on to motivate them before this game. Pictures that were taken on the field in Tuscaloosa after the Sooners beat them in the first matchup. They're angry, Ted. They felt disrespected. The disrespect has been acknowledged and will be dealt with accordingly. We've got some sizzle. We've got some juice. We got a little controversy around this thing, Ted. We've got
Hey,
content, baby.
I like it. Yeah, and maybe to the rest of the college football world, there's not a lot of sizzle, but around here, someone left the burner on because there's a lot of sizzle around here. We were amped up, and yeah, Alabama's found something to grab a hold of. You win the game, you celebrate, take a picture out there on the field. Um, you know, okay, hey, I get it. Disrespect, right? Well, the fact that they're going to be amped up and angry about that, whatever motivation you need, I guess. We've got plenty of stuff on our side as well. Not so much aimed at Alabama, but everyone feels disrespected right now, right, Gabe?
It's hilarious because it's Alabama versus Oklahoma, and both teams are like, no one respects us. It's like two of the
Right.
most well-respected programs in the history of the sport. And it's funny because it feels like both teams coming into the game, they're like, no one thinks we should be here. No one thinks we're any good. And they're both playing each other.
Right.
It's funny because, and you look at, like, I get the pictures on the field thing. And here's the quote from Ryan Williams. We understand the disrespect. We've just got to go. We've got to handle it with a grain of salt and get ready to play next Friday. Justin Jefferson said if he would have been out there, quote, that still wouldn't be going on. He also added, quote, the type of disrespect will be addressed on the field. We've got to go give it to them. We've got to take the ball off them and bring it home for Alabama. Sure, man. Whatever you need to. You also could have just caught the pick six and scored on that play, Justin, and then maybe it was a different outcome. I'm just saying, but it we're to the point in the matchup where Both teams appear to just be searching for all the bulletin board material they can find. And frankly, OU probably has more than Bama's got.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And these days, like whatever motivation you need, to me, that's like a week of prep thing. If you could channel it and focus it into your preparation and how you get ready, how you practice, how you study, how you get ready for this team, go through it in your head mentally. It can help you in that regard. But when you go out there, as soon as you may get amped up pregame, there may be some jawing going on, but as soon as the ball's kicked off, it's like, okay, laser focused on what's happening out here. If that stuff gets in your way while you're playing a football game, typically it's not a good thing for you.
Typically. Now, there's already like everything's on the line in this game. Everything. Clearly. In Indiana and their Heisman Trophy winner await the winner in the Rose Bowl. But now, maybe the most important thing is on the line, Ted. Winner gets to take some pictures on the field after the game.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're a player for the Sooners, you don't want those guys taking a picture on your field after the game.
That's right.
And if you're Alabama, you want nothing more than to take a picture on the field after that game. So is that really what's on the line now? It's all about the pictures, baby. It's not about going and playing Indiana in the Rose Bowl in a huge matchup. No. This game's all about the pictures on the field after the game. Winner gets the pictures, baby.
Hey, don't you, this time of year, the great thing about like my house is we've got this thing in our kitchen where we hang all the Christmas cards that come in the mail. And nothing better than to go beat Alabama's ass, take a picture on your own field, and send it to them as a Christmas card.
Oh, Ted.
And just, highlight how the year's gone and what all's happened and make sure everyone's caught up on all the details.
That's a tremendous idea. I hope it, at the very least, OU's content team can send them a digital one.
Digital one. Like you may have to put the Santa hats on everyone's head, just kind of Photoshop them in there. It's funny though, as we've been talking about this, I've been thinking it's like Miami feels disrespected that, it took to the last second for them to get in. I'm sure Texas A&M feels disrespected that they're kicking the game off at 11 a.m. Indiana's always disrespected, right? Oklahoma, it's like the playoff of disrespect, right? Everyone is mad at everyone else that they're in the thing. It's just kind of funny how that breaks down.
Georgia's somehow disrespected because they didn't jump to number 2 in front of Ohio State. Do Ohio State and Indiana feel disrespected in any way? They're 1 and 2. It seems like everyone pretty much agrees those are both very good football teams.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
we've got Jeremiah Smith.
Indiana's thing. Like, how do they work without being like, the person that doesn't belong? Does that work anymore when you're the 1 seed with the Heisman Trophy winner?
Kurt Signetti, he certainly can't play the underdog card anymore. That's for sure.
Right.
That has gone out the window. But I'm sure, just listening to that guy, like he'll find a way.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, everyone in the field feels disrespected. That's hilarious. You're right.
We're only a 10-point favorite over Oklahoma if they win this game. That's unbelievable.
But I feel like that's the biggest update with the OU Alabama game until we start getting an injury report. Right. And that's really what everyone is wondering. It's like, who all is going to be ready to go for both of these teams? Clearly, R. Mason Thomas, that storyline is huge for the Sooners. And then you've got several guys for Bama that didn't play in the SEC championship game or that were banged up in that game. I think we're all just waiting to see, okay, who is actually going to be available for both teams. Other than that, like I guess we're talking about taking pictures on the field. Like that's where we're at with the with the build up to the game.
That's what happens whenever you've got, I don't know what 2 weeks plus off after, this thing after your last game, you've got to sit around and fight for a reason and or find a reason rather to get motivated, go out there and practice for 15 days.
You got to do what you got to do.
That's right.
And if you're Brent Venables, you're showing you're showing your team the odds, right? What, OU by far the worst odds of any of the Power Four teams in the field? I think we're plus 5,000 on FanDuel to win it all.
That's crazy.
Uh,
I don't know. I mean, what? Hey, it's a good thing around here, right? If you're going to lay down that bet, then you might as well get some great odds for it. You know.
you you had the weird kind of groundswell of stuff before this selection from some prominent college football people where everyone, a couple people just decided OU wasn't good anymore. So you had that weird thing. Then you had Coach Venables. He wasn't a finalist, one of the 10 finalists for the Robinson Coach of the Year award. So you had that. So the coach, so everyone thinks the team stinks. People think the coach stinks. And now all the odds makers think you stink too.
Right.
So there you go. That's all you need if you're OU. And
That's
you
right.
don't want Bama to take a picture on your field after the game. There you go. All the motivation possible.
It's done. Write it in stone. We got our motivation. We know what we're going after.
It's not about being the best version of yourself and being the best team you can be and going to win a national title. It's about the disrespect. Just silly. All right, let's get into. I mean, it was an exciting week for OU football when it comes to awards, all SEC honors, and we haven't hit on any of that on here. But first, download the Loves app from Love's Travel Stops, your guide to savings on the road. Fill up for less with the discount on fuel. 10 cents off on every gallon of gas and 25 cents off on every gallon of auto diesel. And don't forget, in the store, you can unlock mobile deals on the Loves app to save on snacks, drinks, and select meals at Love's restaurants. Plus, you can plan your pit stops for your next road trip with the map and route planner. All from Love's, the heart of the highway.
Steaks are back. Didier Ranch's luxury steak cuts are restocked and ready to ship straight to your door. From mouth-watering ribeyes to silky smooth fillets, this is the best beef Oklahoma has to offer. And here's the kicker. They're now shipping next day air for free when you use code SOONER at checkout. That's right. Next day air like Amazon Prime, but for steak. Didier Ranch delivers taste and tradition the luxurious way. Order today at DidierRanch.com and get your steaks just in time for the holidays.
And we were brought to you by Simple Modern, the Oklahoma-owned company and the official drinkware partner of the OU Sooners. Guys, have you wrapped up your holiday shopping yet? Let me let you in on a little secret. Simple Modern has amazing holiday gifts for everyone. You can get a Mesa tumbler for your wife, a Voyager 360 for your coffee-loving friends, or be Dad of the Year with so many different gift ideas for your kiddos. Check out Simple Modern's complete gift guide at simplemodern.com and delight everyone on your holiday gift list with just a few clicks. And with 10% of all profits going to charity, many right here in Oklahoma, every sip supports Oklahomans on and off the field. Simple Modern, good everywhere. All right, time to talk about an exciting week for the Sooners on the award circuit. Tate Sandell. We knew it was going to happen. There was never a doubt, but it was good to see him get that trophy. Tate Sandell wins the Lou Groza Award. Just an incredible season, Ted. And the Oklahoma Sooners have their first Groza Award in the Switzer Center, baby. That's big time. Congratulations. Awesome. Clearly very, very well deserved. This was a no-brainer, man.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was. I mean, I know they had the fan voting and that was way tighter than people expected it to be. And the whole time I'm like, what are we even talking about? If he doesn't win the Groza Award, then what are we doing here? And I know there's some other great kickers, some great stories out there. But man, I mean, you have the performance he had in November when it matters, get your team to the playoff, set records along the way. Come on. That's I think everyone knew.
23 in a row. School record, single season SEC record, 7 for 7 from 50 plus. He's 10 for 10, 45 plus. I mean, the 255 yarders against Tennessee. I don't remember many kicking performances, but I like to think I'm going to remember that one on my deathbed, man. Just like
Oh my
he's
God.
done it again.
Yeah, it was such a great performance. It's like you almost forgot that he hit the 50 plus yarder at Alabama as well, which, 2-point win ends up being the difference.
Sandell is the first national award winner for us since Kyler Murray. Dude, it's been a while. Like, it's been a little bit. And that was when Kyler won the Heisman and all those other awards that he won that season. But we've had a bit of a, and I'm not saying it's easy to win national
Right.
awards, but we've had a bit of a drought. And shout out to Tate Sandell for ending that drought. It's been a while, man.
It has been a while. Sometimes 2018 feels like it was just yesterday, but there's been quite a bit of distance between us and Kyler Murray's little run. But it's awesome that he won it, and it's crazy that he's the first Groza Award winner at Oklahoma. We've had some great kickers, some historical kickers, but um, it's awesome. And you know how it goes, man. Whenever like there's trends, and whenever you have kickers, punters, special teams that start winning awards, well, that starts to attract the attention of some of the best athletes out there that are in that position, and it should, start to help you cycle some of those guys through.
If you are winning national awards with your specialists, I think you're right. It can only attract better specialists, right?
That's right.
It
That's what
can't
you
hurt
hope.
you in any way. Now, Sandell's got another year.
Yeah.
How are we going to handle that?
What do you mean? How are we going to handle it?
Pay
We're
that
going to
man his
make it.
money.
We're going to make it fiscally responsible for him to stay in college.
I it, it's hard to make a roster as a kicker in the NFL.
It is. It's
There's only
incredibly difficult.
there's only 32 spots.
A lot of guys don't make it until like they spend years kicking alone on an empty field, waiting for an opportunity to get an invite to camp, or someone gets injured, and you pop your way into the league. So it's tough.
I I want Tate Sandell back real bad. I mean, he's been such a difference maker for this team. So I don't know what that looks like, but I'm sure Jim Nagy in the front office are are working on that. You have to imagine. I Is it one of those situations that what if Sandell came out, would he be drafted? Is he that good? You know what I mean?
I don't know. You,
It's hard to get drafted as a kicker.
it
Really hard.
is. It's hard, and like if you've got the chance to do that, and someone's going to spend a draft pick on you, I mean, how much does that increase your odds of making the roster as a kicker?
You would think significantly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Kicking in the NFL right now is on another level, brother. It's crazy good.
I I want to see what Sandell can do with those kicking balls they're using in the league right now. Those things are flying.
Yeah. I don't
But
know
I
what they've done, but they're killing it.
it would be huge for us to retain him, you know?
Oh my gosh.
Uh,
I mean, newsflash, we had the schedule release, and it's going to be tough again next year. And field goals are going to be the difference throughout your conference play, and then obviously into the postseason should you make it. I mean, I with the conference and the schedule that we're going to be playing in the future, it and what seems like our style of play, at least this year, it's going to be hard to survive if you're not really good at kicker. I mean, that's going to be the difference for a lot of people in a lot of games.
Come on, Sandell. Come on back. If Tate Sandell comes back, I'm willing to make this promise for us. We will get the boxer briefs made. If he comes back,
Really? Really?
we will make it work. Now,
Okay.
I don't know if I can get them mass produced, but we will get a handful of the boxer briefs made. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to listen more often. we, we did get a bunch of tweets after he
I
won it,
saw
like, "Hey,
that.
you got to make them now,
Gotta
guys. I mean,
happen.
come on."
It's gotta happen.
But we will get the boxer briefs made that look like Sandell's OU football pants if he comes back for next season.
Yes.
We will find a way. That's what it's all about. You just got to find a way, and we need to find a way to get Tate Sandell back for the 2026 season.
No doubt. That's awesome.
Do you think? And you won a couple of national awards, so you're the perfect person to ask. When you win, does it make like the All American and like the SEC stuff? Do you think it like feels less important to him? Like he was SEC Special Teams Player of the Year. That probably doesn't feel that important compared to winning the Groza Award, Or is it just all you're pumped about all of it? Got to be pumped about all
Well,
of it.
I don't know. It's interesting. He transferred in. So I would say probably the national award is the like that's it, right? That's the biggest thing. But for guys, all I could do is speak for myself. Like I got to watch guys like Rocky Calmus in front of me, make All American, make All Conference, like hit all of those things. So I think you start off with your goals are, what you've seen other guys there in front of you do. And it's really cool and important to hit those same goals. And then if you happen to make it to a national award, I think that's maybe just the icing on the cake. So I don't know. As like I think it would be one thing if he came in and maybe saw a list of guys that had been here that had hit some of these benchmarks to say, I want to do this and this, then maybe that would mean more. Or I don't know. I think it's each guy individually.
The only question for Sandell that remains is will we be welcoming him to the wall? We'll see.
Yeah. I don't
On
know.
what he
I
was
saw
second,
one list that had him on second team. How is that possible?
he was second team Walter Camp. You only get on the wall if you're first team.
I
How's it?
know.
How do you win the Groza Award and you're not first team? I don't
I
get
don't
it.
know.
How's that happen?
I don't know.
The offer of
Crazy.
making the boxer brief still stands. If he comes back for next season, we're
Hey,
finding a way, Ted.
great reason to come back. Get that Walter Camp first team.
Get on the wall. Now we'll see.
Get on the
There's
wall.
a there's other ones you can make that get you on the wall, but
He's going to be on the wall somewhere with the Groza Award for sure.
he'll be in the front of the Switzer Center. Now, I guess I always forget that the Warfel Trophy is now like a very big deal, and that it is displayed in the Switzer Center with my picture on it. But we would like to welcome Tate Sandell to the what do they call it? The foyer there, the
Yeah.
foyer there of the Switzer Center, where all a bunch of the national awards are. There was a spot empty for the Groza, and not empty anymore, baby.
Not empty
Congratulations.
anymore. Awesome.
Welcome to the foyer. That
There you,
sounds so,
there
that
you
sounds
go.
so stupid. I last thing on Sandell. I'm so happy for Doug Deacon, man.
Yes.
What an absolute stud and just a fantastic guy to be around. And it's got to be so cool for Deacon to see one of his guys win this award. And I know he's had winners in the past, but I'm just so happy because that dude is the best, and to be the type of person he is, bring all that positivity, all the energy that he brings to that locker room, to that team, and then for all these special teams units to play at the level that they've played at this season. I was really happy for Doug, man. That's awesome. He's the best, dude.
I mean, ultimately, what you want is your hard work and everything that you put into it. You want it to be a factor in winning, right? I mean, that's the ultimate thing. And everyone around here for sure knows that our special teams have definitely been a factor in us winning. We're not where we are without them. So, yeah, you're right. That's a great payoff for all that he's put into it and made an impact quickly. Very quickly was able to get things rolling on special teams.
Because remember, Special teams were kind of a disaster a couple seasons ago.
Yep.
And now it does feel like if OU makes a run in this thing, special teams are going to have a huge, huge part to do with it.
No doubt.
So I'm excited for Sandell. I'm excited for Deacon. Just guys winning national awards it's good for everyone.
That's right. I love it. And it's tough for special teams is often viewed as, whenever you're going through training camp and you're going through the early part of the season, sometimes it feels like an unnecessary punishment, right? For a bunch of guys that you're going through all this practice, and everyone on the outside is telling you that, it's all about offense and it's all about defense. Well, it's great for the buy-in of those units, because I think everyone understands now, if they didn't before, that yeah, it's incredibly impactful on your record and what you can attain in a season. So just helps that buy-in all that much more.
We had a lot of Sooners make all SEC. Big increase from a year ago. Ted, it's what happens when you win games.
Yeah.
And looking at all SEC voted on by the coaches, which coaches, yeah, the coaches vote totally.
Yeah, I would be. I mean, you really think whenever it comes to this part of it, like I can understand the coaches top 25, because how do you know what, you know, teams across the country did? But I would be disappointed if the coaches didn't actually vote for the players. But you may be right. I mean, it's
I,
just another thing that they have to do.
my thing is, you saw the SEC all freshman team, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's allegedly voted on by the coaches. They didn't vote for Fasusi. We serious? I mean, come on now.
Right.
And no offense to, but I've watched a lot of Bama's right tackle, man. The guy makes critical errors every game. Every game. Now, yeah, he also has some really nice snaps, but come on, man. I mean, come on.
Yep.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. But I'll give the coaches the benefit of the doubt that they actually vote for it. They certainly got our Mason Thomas being first team correct.
Yes.
And I was very glad to see him be first team, even though he ended up missing the games at the end of the year. And then there's Doug Deacon's guys again, Grayson Miller and Tate Sandell. So those are your three first teamers for the Sooners when it comes to all SEC as voted on by the coaches. Second team was Taylor Wine, Fabechi Weewu, Peyton Bowen, Isaiah Satania, who had two spots on the second team, which was pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
And then this made me happy, man. Our guy, Ben Anderson. We've been talking about him for years. He's one of the best long snappers in college football. It was awesome to see Ben Anderson make second team all SEC. We never talk about the guy, which is the best compliment you can give a long snapper.
Right. Yeah. He's just the perfect functioning piece out there that, like you said, if you're never mentioning it, that means it's been outstanding. So, yeah, what a great group of specialists. Awesome that those guys got their reward.
And then third team, we had Eli Bowen and Jaron Canick. How about Canick, man? And I know that he kind of it started off hot, and it's kind of his production is tapered off as the season has progressed. But the dude switched from linebacker and just made all SEC.
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good. And I just wish he had more time, dude. He could get so much better at this position. I just wish he would have had more time at that position. It would have been I think he would have been an incredibly productive player for us over the last couple of years if he would have made that switch quicker. But I was really happy to see him make one of these lists.
I mean, it's just crazy to think about, right? If I would have told you this time last year that Kanik is going to make all SEC team, being like, oh, had a great year at linebacker. Oh, no, 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 no. He's going to make all SEC team as a tight end. Very cool. Proud of him. That's an awesome honor for him, as much work as he's put in here.
I was I was pleased to see Wee Woo make it. He's been our most consistent offensive lineman. I was glad that he got that second team recognition. He deserved it with
Yep.
how consistent he's been for this team in the run game, in pass protection, and then showing the versatility, bumping into center against LSU. I was really fired up for Fabechi to be on there. All in all, that's 11 all SEC honors because Satania counts twice because he was wide receiver and all purpose on that second team. It's only behind Georgia's 12, man. A&M had 8, Texas had 8. Pretty dang good for Oklahoma, and a bunch of those guys gonna be back next year,
Yeah.
which
And
is
I mean,
great.
yeah. And I could still sit here and talk about other guys that I feel like should have made it. And I was shocked that they didn't. You got the best defense in the conference, pretty much universally agreed upon by everyone in the SEC. I think there's some other guys that definitely should have been on the list. But I mean, I also understand it's a big conference and there's a lot of really good players in the conference. So I understand that it's difficult, but add it to the list of things to be to feel disrespected about in the playoff.
I have a feeling Kip Lewis has taken note
Yeah.
of him not making it. And this is something that you talk about a lot, though. When you have a really, really good defense, that production just gets spread out. I
Yep.
mean, this group doesn't have like a guy with 110 tackles. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not with how well, with how good of team defense they've played. You haven't had guys rack up just outlandish numbers.
Yep.
And I'm guessing that's got a lot to do, especially when you look at like the AP
Right.
as it was voted on. A lot of those people are just looking at the stats.
Sure. Yep.
But I think, and it's something you brought to your credit, Ted. It's something that you kind of planted that seed in my head a long time ago. It's like, hey, when you actually play great defense, guys don't exactly rack up huge numbers. And I think Kip Lewis, he kind of feels like he's a victim of them playing really good defense as far as making these all SEC teams.
Well, yeah. I mean, you go through and you start looking at the team totals of sacks and tackles for loss and all of these huge critical plays. And then you go look at, okay, well, who's doing all of this? Everyone. Everyone has their moments, and it's great to watch these guys. And at least for me, uh, the recognition that you get here is an awesome honor, but has no impact on what I think of these guys as players at all. That didn't make the list, and there's several of them that I thought were beyond deserving to be on there. So just keep doing your thing, man.
It'll come, right? Just gotta keep chopping wood, gotta keep plugging away, whatever cliche you want to use. I will say, looking at the AP, you had Satania, Miller, and Sandell make first team. Second team was R. Mason Thomas, Owen Heineke, and Grayson Holden. Dude, how about Heineke being an all SEC guy?
Awesome.
What a story. Give that man another year of eligibility. What are we doing, NCAA? Hurry up.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Hopefully that gets resolved soon. Because he's incredible. He's another guy that you look at. If you just take the amount of snaps some of these players are in, because remember how much we rotate is rare, how many snaps they're in, and how big of an impact they have on us winning football games with the limited snaps that they get. Owen Heineke's ratio is probably as high as anyone in the country. let's not forget he broke a finger and had it go through the skin in a game and just kept on plugging along. No big deal.
Just,
Had an incredible season.
just put a little cast on it and kept rolling like a true psycho.
Yep.
But seriously, let's. He played he barely even played lacrosse, and that's counting against it. Like, this is the stupidest thing in the world. Like, let the guy play another year of football. What are we even doing?
We'll see how it plays out. I think that I mean, how I view it is not how the NCAA views it. Um, hopefully they quickly get to the bottom of his unique situation. And I understand everyone out there that appeals has a unique situation, but um, he's definitely very deserving, at least in my opinion.
Yes. And am I so passionate about it? Because I think he's going to be really, really good for this team at inside backer next year? Yes. But also, great dude, great family.
Oh my gosh.
Come on,
Incredible
people.
guy,
This,
incredible family. He's about all the right things. He's tougher than hell. He's incredibly smart. He's passionate. He's a great teammate. I mean, just go down the list. He's the exact player that you want on your football team. And frankly, if he does get that year of eligibility, in my mind, he's got the ability to be on all of these lists.
I I do want to give you some credit. You got to go all the way back to the spring when you were like, "Hey, buddy, let me tell you, buy some Heineke stock."
It's easy to see. Dude can run, knows what he's doing, physical, practices like a madman, plays like a madman. What I always talk about, defense has to be played with the panic, right? That's whenever he is panic personified on the field, and it translates very, very well.
Last thing we need to hit as far as rewards. Congrats to Cortland Guillory and Torrey Blaylock. They were named SEC. They were named on the SEC All Freshman team.
Great years, both of those guys, incredible. Torrey Blaylock, I I mean, you say what you want about the production. It's not like he didn't rush for 1,000 yards, but to show up from high school as a true freshman and go through the gauntlet he's gone through as a true freshman. And I mean, he's been battling through injury and all kinds of stuff from the very beginning, right after he was, basically the only running back we had through all of training camp and took all of the reps right into the season. And here he is still just fighting like crazy. Incredible stuff from him. And Cortland Guillory just speaks for itself. I mean, that kid is unbelievable. He has all the makings in my mind, a future, you know, big time draft pick, one of the best in the country. I expect him to just keep getting better and better.
Do guys still do like put the goals on their mirror and stuff? That's got to still be a thing, right?
Probably, yeah.
He needs to write Thorpe Award on a sticky note and slap it on the mirror.
Yep.
I think he's got that capability. And more importantly, he's got the belief in himself that can him to that level,
Yep.
which is what you need at that position. So
We've
I'm
talked
just
about it a lot. You got to be like a boxer. Every time you walk into the ring, you have to feel like you are 100% the best. You take a shot and get knocked down to the canvas, you got to think, that was lucky. That has nothing to do with my skill set. And you get right back up and you still tell everyone you're the best and you go out and perform that way. It's what you got to do at corner. I've said it a bunch. There's a lot of guys that are great until they give something up. Only there's a very unique personality that is able to just flush that and step right back up like nothing happened. And he does that, and he doesn't give up a lot of plays. He's physical, he's fast, great closing speed, he's got great size, measurables. He checks all the boxes, man.
We talked about both of these teams, both Bama's motivation, OU's motivation coming into this matchup. Got a feeling Cortland Guillory is looking at those all SEC teams going, where am I? And you've got Ryan Williams and Jeremy Bernard coming to town. You got every opportunity to prove you're that dude.
Yep. I have a feeling he's got a little Baker Mayfield in him where
yes,
never forgets, right?
Yes. Things he seems like a receipt keeper to me.
He's got a shoebox full of them.
I think we hit all the award stuff. Just it was exciting. It was fun to see these guys get recognized. And ultimately, it's all connected to having a really good regular season, man.
Yeah. Well, it is. And I think we've talked about this before. Oftentimes, in order to hit a lot of these awards, you got to be on the radar early. And I think it's fair to say we didn't have a lot of guys on the radar early. And they've played their way into a lot of these spots. Now, if you continue to play well, you win 1, 2, 3 games in the playoff, you win it all. Well, guess what? You're going to have a whole bunch of guys that are going to be on the radar for the future. And, you're going to continue, you're going to set yourself up to keep this thing rolling if you keep playing good football.
Now it's just time for more guys on the offense to make the all SEC stuff,
They will.
It's coming, baby. It's coming. Positivity. But I'm sure they're using it as a slight, like, no one believes in us.
Yes.
Which they would be correct. No one believes in you, OU's offense.
That's right.
No one. I haven't heard a single person say a complimentary thing about OU's offense heading into this game. And at some point, enough has to be enough, Ted.
That's right. When will enough be enough?
Wise words. Want to talk some Heisman?
Yeah.
Also, a lot of awards handed out this weekend. We'll hit several of them. But first,
Schwab Meat has been smoking the highest quality meats, hot dogs, and sausages in OKC since 1912. Go to schwabmeat.com to order any of Schwab's outstanding products and use promo code OKBreakdown for free shipping on orders over $75. Schwab dogs are iconic. I like to keep it simple. Just a bun, dog, mustard, ketchup. Also, the jalapeno cheddar smoked sausage is ridiculous. schwabmeat.com, code OKBreakdown for free shipping on orders over $75. Schwab Meat, the official hot dog of game days.
And head to the garage for hand smashed patties, butter toasted buns, and ice cold beer. My go-to is the double bison cheeseburger. It's so good. The garage is the perfect spot to watch any big game, and you can enjoy Rad Hour every day. Enjoy discounted domestic beers, house wines, draft cocktails, and frozen cocktails Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Visit eatatthegarage.com to find a location near you or order online from the garage in your neighborhood.
Insurica's launched a new digital agency introducing Insurica Direct. Whether you're in Oklahoma or anywhere across the U.S., they've got you covered. From small business insurance and health insurance for your employees to insurance for individuals like home, auto, and even Medicare supplements. Insurica Direct's got it all. Start your journey today at insuricadirect.com. Remember, at Insurica, we specialize in you.
All right, a lot of awards were handed out in college football this weekend, Ted. Let's start with the biggest of them all. The Heisman Trophy goes to Indiana quarterback Fernando Mendoza. He is the first Heisman Trophy winner in the history of Indiana football. Starting quarterback, really productive quarterback on the number one team in the nation. That typically that's where the Heisman Trophy goes.
Yep. And, whenever they had to have big plays and big moments, he delivered. You got the stats to back it up and the pivotal moments to get your team across the finish line. Ultimately, that's going to win you the award when you're on the number one team.
I
Not
was
to
really
say that he did. I don't want that to sound like he didn't earn it.
No. He did. But I think this is a year where you kind of look at the options and you go, like, it's not like he had a Johnny Manziel type season or a Cam Newton type season. Those years you go, this guy is obviously the best player in the sport. Give him the trophy. We're
And
not even
Lamar
having a
Jackson won
conversation.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's there wasn't a there wasn't a standout. And frankly, I don't know that any of the guys in the room in the finalists were anywhere near the top of the favorites before the season started. Maybe Jeremiah Love was in there, maybe Pavia, but um, they're all kind of some long shots.
I guarantee you Pavia thought he was going to win it.
Oh yeah,
He's been thinking he was going to win it for several years. That's you show up in a turtleneck like that only if you think you're going to win the trophy.
yeah. I couldn't tell if that was Pavia and his brothers or a gang from Eastern Europe or something.
I
Look like some henchmen.
I will say I don't think anyone in college football means more to their team than Diego Pavia.
Yeah, no doubt.
Well, I would love for him, and I think he won maybe like the Unitas or something like that. It seems like a true most valuable player award. There's space for that in college football, where the conversation isn't who's the best player, like who's the most outstanding. Like, hey, what team would fall off the most if this guy was removed from the team? Like, that would be a fun award to give. It'd be a fun award to vote for, honestly.
Yeah,
And I think Pavia would win like the most valuable player to his team award.
I, without a doubt. All you have to do is look at the history of what they've achieved without him and look at what they've done with him and forecast to the future of what they'll do without him. And I think that they've obviously got things rolling in a much better way than they had previously, but he's really the reason that has happened. And it's going to pay dividends for that program in the future. Can they hang on to that? We'll see. But yeah, I totally with you.
Mendoza, the margin of victory was a little bigger than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
I mean, Pavia was in kind of the neighborhood, but Jeremiah Love was nowhere close. Sayan was nowhere close. Can we talk about something real quick as far as the
Please.
voting?
Yeah.
So Mendoza had 2,362 votes. Pavia was next with 1,435. Love had 719. Julian Saban had 432. And then Jacob Rodriguez had 295. My question is, if you got a defensive guy that's in the top five,
Should be there.
he should be there, bro. It is uncommon for a defensive player to be in the top five of Heisman Trophy voting.
Yep.
I thought, in my opinion, it was insane that Jacob Rodriguez wasn't there for the ceremony with him being in the top five of voting. And listen, I get that he wasn't close to winning. I totally understand that. But if a defensive player is in the top five of the Heisman Trophy voting, that guy should get the honor of being at the ceremony. We all know it's an offensive award. If a guy plays his way on the defensive side into the top five of voting, he should be in New York City for the ceremony.
Yeah.
It's ridiculously hard for a defensive guy to make the top five, Ted. When I saw that, I go, what are we doing here? Why would they not invite him to the ceremony? That's stupid to me.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a story worth everyone recognizing because I probably until this week with the award circuit and all that, there's probably not a lot of people in the country that know him and know how good of a player he is and know his story. It's worth telling for sure.
I just I I thought that was a mistake by the Heisman Trophy.
Yeah.
He If you got a defensive five that makes the top five, a defensive guy that makes the top five of the voting, they should be there.
Yeah.
Like because he
Especially
knows
on a year like this.
he would have everyone knows he wasn't going to win the trophy.
Yeah, same. You could say the exact same thing as Julian saying. Everyone knew he wasn't going to win it.
Yeah, Julian Sayin had 432 votes. Rodriguez had 295. It's not like they're that far off.
Right.
So my thing is, the guy clearly had a special season, and he won a bunch of other awards because of it. I get that. But for him to make the top 5 in the voting as a defensive guy and not get to have that experience, like being a Heisman Trophy finalist, you carry that forever.
Right.
Forever. Not only like what you get to do in New York City leading up to it, but like the pictures, the trophy presentation show, like you're forever. Hey man, I was a Heisman Trophy finalist.
Fair point.
And I feel like they messed that up.
Yeah. I'm with you. You get no argument here from me.
You're not fighting back against me saying the inside backer with a ton of production should have been a Heisman finalist. This is my shock face.
No.
I guess the only thing left to talk about with the Heisman stuff, we didn't exactly get Big Ten championship game post-game interview energy from Fernando Mendoza, but scale of 1 to 10, Ted, we do it every year. What'd you think of the speech? Uh-oh.
Okay. I'm the worst person to ask about this because like the Big Ten championship speech, I could not watch. I can't watch it. It's just so I think he's about all the right things. He like what he talks about and everything that he says, right on. But there's something about the delivery that makes me want to like curl up in a ball and hide my face, get under. I just can't. I don't know. I get embarrassed watching it for some reason. Does that make sense?
It does. So I agree with you. As I watched the speech, if you just look at the transcript of his speech, fantastic.
Yes.
Thanks all the right people. He even thanked the defense, Ted. I know you like that.
Hey.
But for some reason, like, it just didn't come off very natural. It very much felt like he was reading off a teleprompter and he had rehearsed it a lot.
Yes, it was the same thing in the Big Ten speech because he kept looking at the camera. I was like, stop, stop. I can't do it anymore.
He like couldn't stop smiling. He was staring right at the camera. The part with his mom was fantastic. Even you got to admit that was the point of that was the part of the speech where everyone went, dude, just give us that, man. Like give it like stop looking at the prompter, looking at his mom. He's like about to cry. She's about to cry. Like that.
Yep.
That was incredible.
Yep.
The rest of it felt like, I don't know, an infomercial or something.
Yes. That's the best way to put it. Feels like an infomercial. Feels like AI up there giving the speech or something. I don't know. I don't want it to sound. It's a me problem. Okay. It's not a Mendoza problem. I think he's about all the right things. He's a great representative for Indiana. His story is awesome. It's incredible. Him and his brother. I enjoyed it. This is the first Heisman ceremony I've watched in a long time.
Yeah. I thought once again, he said all the right things. Like the part at the end where he was talking to the kids, he's like, kids at home, listen up. It's like, hey, I was under recruited, this and that. And I was like, man, that's really cool. And then you kind of go, wait, dude, aren't you 6'5", 330, like 230? I don't think not every little Jimmy at home is going to be 6'5", 230, man. You know, but once again, the message was great. He seems like an absolutely delightful human being. One thing I will say, I saw people being like, oh, I don't know how this is going to work in an NFL locker room. Dude, no one in an NFL locker room cares. It's all about how you play. No one cares about anything other than how you play. It just, you can be the weirdest guy of all time. If you're throwing the football to the right places at the right time, no one cares at all.
like big time Kirk Cousins energy from Mendoza. And I don't think anyone cared whenever Cousins was putting it on people. Russell Wilson, he might be the most awkward, unlikable person there is, but whenever he had it rolling, you think anyone cared? No.
No.
It's about whether or not you can get it to the receivers and make the plays.
Mendoza's going to be just fine in, he may go 1-1. He's going to be just fine wherever he goes. All they're going to care about is, hey, man, throw the ball on time and throw it to the right place, and we're all good. No one cares how goofy you are.
I do want to mention this.
Oh, now that you've trashed his speech and told everyone you think he's a phony, you got something to say?
It's not even about him. Uh, I learned something watching the ceremony that I did not know, and it's honestly one of the least surprising things ever. Pavia, wrestler, state champ, with the suplex on some poor kid in high school. That was awesome to see.
It only made me like him more. And I get that. I understand he rubs a lot of people the wrong way,
Yeah.
but dude, you talk about guys you want to play with, like that's a guy you want to play with, man. That's the best way to put it. And it didn't surprise me at all to see that the guy has always had an edge about himself. And he's kind of got that squatty build too. So it's
Yep.
not the most surprising thing I've ever heard. But yeah, that is one of the things about the Heisman ceremony that they do a great job of. And shout out to our girl Holly Rowe, who is the queen of presenting those stories. But getting to see all the like the background footage when they were kids, like that type of stuff, that I love that stuff. It's I don't like that. I don't want that stuff in my game broadcast, but I do want it in my build up to the Heisman ceremony. Like I like the stories, and it just makes me even more upset because I know nothing about Jacob Rodriguez. We could have learned a ton about him. Like, why do you have the mustache, Jacob? Like we could have learned all kinds of stuff about Rodriguez if he would have been in the ceremony, which he should have been.
Yeah.
All right, that's the last time I'll complain about it, I promise.
I Pavia, he's a lot like Baker Mayfield to me. Um, a little bit different, but guys like Pavia that just exude this confidence like Baker did. Like I would be a guy in the locker room when the day Pavia showed up, I'd be like, this guy's a clown. This guy is a clown. Shut up. You haven't done anything. And then it doesn't take very long before those are your favorite guys. It's just like you got to earn it, but he's earned it. You know what I'm saying? There's that kind of a weird dynamic. It's like I roll worthy at first, but then whenever they go out and back it up, you're like, okay, I'll do it. That's the type of guy I want to play with.
I can assure you, every dude in that Vandy locker room loves that dude.
Oh yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
but he he wasn't the most outstanding player in college football. I don't think he deserved to win the Heisman Trophy, but I do think once again he was the most valuable player to his team in college football, and there there's something to be said for that, you know.
Well, there's also an argument to be made, like Julian saying, I thought he was great, but the competition compared to the players that he's playing with is a totally different world than Pavia's season or last two seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, there comes a point, it's like, okay, if we get rid of everything and then just drop these individual players into like a default team who performs the best, Pavia may have a claim to that.
There may be some metric, like some EPA metric, like what you've got versus what your opponent's got and what like your expected production.
Yeah.
My guess
Like
is that
it's like
no
a
one
war
has
rating.
a better number than Pavia in that, if that metric exists, if that makes sense.
It's kind of like a wins above replacement in
Right.
baseball type of situation, I guess. I don't know, but it's not all equal. These situations aren't equal. The schedule that he had to go through, and the talent that he's surrounded with. I mean, how many games does Vanderbilt play in a season where they've got the best roster on the field?
Not many. Now, it's a whole lot
It's
closer than
better.
it's ever been
Correct. Correct. But Julian Satan played in 100% of his games where he's got the best roster on the field.
by a rather wide margin. And that's no
Yes.
disrespect to Indiana.
No,
It's just
it is
the
what it
truth.
is. Yeah.
That is, once again, I I don't think Pavia deserved to win the Heisman Trophy, but it feels like he should win something very significant for what he did for Vandy. And the Heisman's not a career achievement award. I mean, that's not what it is. It's about this one season. But it does feel like Diego Pavia should be taken home like some most valuable player. Congrats, you changed the program award,
Right.
But
Right.
it doesn't really exist.
That is an interesting idea. An award for like a foundational piece for a program, like moving forward, like guys that are like have like broke the ceiling of that school or that program.
Here we go. I'd like to congrat, if I can say the word congratulate. Obviously, you're going to have to present this award, not me, Ted.
All right, starting over in 3, 2, and 1.
And here we go again. We would like to congratulate Diego Pavia on winning the inaugural Oklahoma Breakdown Cornerstone Award.
Cornerstone. Look at you, man.
I can't say congratulate, but I came up with Cornerstone Award. How about that?
Next year we'll have it sponsored.
Yes. Cornerstone Award brought to you by some construction company somewhere.
Right.
Right? Come on.
Yes.
But it's in all seriousness, depending on and no one's ever going to forget Diego Pavia. If Vandy like keeps this up, it'll be, and I don't want to sound like too dramatic, but his last couple seasons there will end up being some of the most impactful seasons we've seen in college football
Yeah.
for a program.
Yeah. There's no doubt. It's been there's no one that's been impacted more than Clark Lee. I mean, how much money has he made Clark Lee?
Several dollars. I it's been it's been really impressive. We'll see if Vandy can get that thing rolling. They're getting
Clark Lee
five-star
needs to
quarterbacks now, Ted.
he needs to pay Pavia a monthly dividend, I think. Just carve out a little piece of that big check.
I would assume we'll see what happens with Pavia in the NFL, but I would assume the second that guy is done playing, he's going to be doing something for Vandy in Nashville. It would be a huge mistake for them not to do that.
Yep.
And the guy seems to enjoy Nashville. So we'll see. But you want to run through these other national awards real quick, see if you got any big complaints?
Yep.
Bednarik Award, you may know a thing or two about that one. Jacob Rodriguez, best defensive player in college football. Any complaints?
No complaints.
Wins it over Caleb Downs and Cassius Howe.
A lot of these are kind of like what we were talking about with the Heisman. There is a balance between who's the best player and whose season impacted their team to where they are now. Like, because we'll say, like, is Jacob Rodriguez literally the best defensive player in college football at all positions that's going to go on to have the best career in the NFL and is an athletic standout and has these insane measurables? Like, it's kind of a different story. But for what he is and what he means to his football team and how good he played, I have no complaints at all.
You have a vote for that, I assume. Did you forget to vote?
No one's ever told me if I do. So
For
I don't
those
know.
of you unaware, Teddy won the Bednarik Award, which typically when you win it, like I have a Warfel Trophy vote. You have no idea if you have a vote. I could see
No,
the look at it. Yeah, okay.
they're probably pissed at me that I'm not answering an email from an email address that I gave them 10 years ago or something, you know?
It's in
It's
your
like,
spam folder.
what's up with this guy? Yeah.
Oh, that's so good. Biletnikoff, most outstanding wide receiver. USC's Makai Lemon over Jeremiah Smith.
It is a bit surprising, but I mean, he's got a different style than Jeremiah Smith. Um,
And more production, man.
yeah,
He had a heck of a season for the Trojans.
he's crazy good. I can't really not. He's when you watch USC play, he stands out on the field at any time as like you feel like that's the best player on the field for both teams, which is tells you a lot.
Maxwell Award. Fernando Mendoza wins that one over Sand and Jeremiah Love. The Davy O'Brien. Fernando Mendoza wins that one over Marcel Reed and Sand. The Outland Trophy. Why did I say Outland? The Outland Trophy. That was really strange. I don't know. Yeah, I need more coffee. Spencer Fano, tackle from Utah. Dude is legit. I've got no complaints with that one. The Jim Thorpe Award goes to Caleb Downs. We'll see you in Oklahoma City, Caleb.
Yeah. Yep.
I,
That's a great event. And
you go to that every year, don't you?
typically, yeah,
Yeah.
it's awesome. And the Thorpe Award committee, I mean, they take their arrows at times, but I think people also have to understand that the Thorpe Award is not just the best defensive back. There is a very big piece of that about giving it to the right guys. It means a lot to the Thorpe family and the committee that they don't just give that to the best player. You have to have the on and off the field makeup to win that award. So that tells you a lot about each guy that they've had through. Some really good people. It's a fun event listening to those guys talk and hearing their stories a little bit more.
Well, Downs wins it over Delane from LSU and Leonard Moore from Notre Dame. I, I've spent extensive time studying the last two dudes. Those guys can play some ball. So I think out of all the awards, I think the Thorpe Award nailed the three finalists.
Yeah, those are some good players.
I mean, those are that job well done. And I wouldn't have been upset if they picked any of those guys, but clearly Caleb Downs just absolute dude for that Buckeyes defense.
It's rare. Safety is not a position that is often drafted really high. You'll see that what type of player he is and how all this like rings true in the NFL draft. He won't be drafted really high.
No doubt about it. All right, the Doak Walker for the best running back in the country goes to Jeremiah Love. He wins it over Ahmad Hardy from Missouri and Keywan Lacey from Ole Miss. Thought we had a good chance of playing all three of those guys, but we only got two of them, Ted.
Can you imagine if you held all of the Doak Walker finalists under 100 yards?
Would be a
That
good
would be
feeling.
pretty good.
The committee robbed us of that.
The Hardy and Keywan Lacey's numbers against Oklahoma is probably what lost him the award.
Oh, you just had to go there, huh? Eli Stowers, tight end from Vandy, wins the Mackey Award and also wins the Campbell Trophy.
Yeah.
So really good player and a big brain on that guy.
Yep.
He's excellent from them. He's going to have a very long NFL career. Remington Trophy goes to Iowa's Logan Jones. If you have not watched that guy come off the rock and zone block, I do it late at night when my wife's already asleep because I make weird noises.
Uh,
That may come off as strange, but it's just the truth. It's just like, oh my gosh, look at this center. He's great. Yeah. He's great. I was Jake Slaughter from Florida is a really, really good player. And he may end up being the first center off the board in the draft, But Jones from Iowa, just an absolute treat to watch in the run game. Oh, so good.
Iowa, I mean, say what you want about the program, but dude, they got a history. They pump out some really, really high level offensive linemen year after year.
No doubt about it.
Didn't they have
Warfel.
who was the center they had 2 or 3 years ago?
Oh my gosh. Who's the wrestler? What's his name? Linderbaum.
Leonard, yep. He was he was crazy good too.
Yeah. I mean, I've said it, man. If you want to watch a college team run NFL style run game, go watch Iowa. That's what they are. They snap the ball under center a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Warfel Trophy goes to Texas's Michael Taft. Very deserving.
Yeah, good
I've
dude.
got to vote for that award. His resume, some of the stuff he's done off the field in Austin, the fentanyl stuff because of what happened to Ellinger's brother, which was just a huge tragedy. Like he's obviously a very, very good football player. He's been huge for that defense over the last couple of seasons, but just a great dude. And I was able to put the rivalry aside, Ted, and Michael Taft was he was my vote. So he was a very, very deserving winner of the Warfel Trophy. And I'd like to formally welcome him to the Warfel Trophy family.
Nice.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you're over here. I'm not sure if I have a Bednarik Award vote or not. So funny. Butt Kiss Award. You know anything about that one?
Uh yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you vote for that one?
If I have a vote, I don't know about it.
Well, Jacob Rodriguez won that one also. Oh my gosh, that's
And
so
no
funny.
complaints on that either.
He also won the
Fantastic kid.
Nagurski.
Yeah, he stacked up the awards and rightfully so. Heck of a football player. The film backs it up. Not a charity case at all. He is legit. And from everything that I've seen, a fantastic teammate, person as well.
Great mustache.
I mean, if for some reason football doesn't work out, he could be a firefighter. He could be a special forces guy. He could be a police. I mean, he fits in perfectly.
Anything else from the national awards? Think we hit pretty much all of them.
I think we hit all of them. I fully expect all of these awards to have Oklahoma players in the future.
I like hearing that. I like hearing that a lot. All right, let's finish up with our winners and losers of the weekend. But first, wind, hail, tornadoes, and earthquakes are now year round threats. And at the same time, homeowners insurance rates in Oklahoma are the highest in the entire country. Unfortunately, some insurance companies use deceptive and bad faith claim handling practices to deny or lower what little they pay out. Fortunately, one of the leading insurance bad faith attorneys in the country is a longtime Sooner and resides here in Oklahoma, Jeff Moore. The Moore Law Firm has represented more victims of tornado, storm, and earthquake damage than anyone in the Sooner State, recovering hundreds of millions of dollars for their clients. There's only one law firm to handle insurance companies, Moore Law Firm. And three things matter in banking: service, service, and service. And First Fidelity Bank's commitment to exceptional service is more than a promise, it's their foundation. FFB has been by your side for over a century, and they are honored to be a part of your journey. Banking isn't about where you've been, it's about where you are headed. Open an account at an award-winning bank today at ffb.com. At First Fidelity Bank, we go where you go.
Bishop McGinnis Catholic High School represents a tradition of educational excellence in Oklahoma City. Grounded in a faith-based education, Bishop McGinnis offers a college prep curriculum that includes 26 AP courses, participation in OSSAA athletics, and numerous clubs and organizations for students to join and grow. If you want to provide the best possible educational and spiritual development for your children, contact Bishop McGinnis Catholic High School or visit bmchs.org. Financial aid is available.
As always, Ted kicks off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
Well, winner's easy. OU men's and women's hoops, getting the sweep. Bedlam at Paycom was awesome. The men played first. Great game from them. I I don't know if they let it start to finish, but it was close. Played good defense, hitting threes, getting a bunch of guys in the action. Fun. They're fun to watch, dude. Nigel Pack he could score. That dude could score. It was awesome to see several guys have really good games. And then women dominant, just absolutely dominant. They've owned that series. What is it? 9-0 now uh for the women under Baranchek, I think, against Oklahoma State. It was cool. And again, like both teams, you had wasn't just a one player thing. Both teams, everyone played well. Good team wins. Fun to watch.
Let's start with the men. If the men shoot the three like that, they got a good chance of winning a lot of games, man.
They got a bunch of great, like defense has been a struggle for them this year. They've had some good outings and then they've struggled everywhere, some other places, but when they play good defense and get that ball moving back down the floor, either get to the rim or create easy kickouts where guys can test just sit there and dial it up. They're going to be really tough to beat.
Yeah, Xavier Brown with 21, Pack with 18. It was good to see him have a good game offensively, shoot it well. That moved the Sooners to what, 7-3, and it was OSU's first loss of the season.
Yeah, they were
So
9-0, something like that coming in.
so one of my main questions, and this applies to both games, and I went to the women's game. My son had his first basketball game during the men's game. We finished up, went down to Paycom, watched the Bedlam women's game. It was awesome. Brought some
I
of the
wasn't
teammates.
watching the pack of kids go up and down the floor. What was the final? 5-3?
24-2.
Woo!
Got after him a little bit. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We got some kids that can put it in the basket. Okay, it's story time. Son gets a rebound, dribbles it legitimately all down the floor left-handed, pulls from about 8-9 feet, nothing but net. Crowd goes wild. Play of the game. Play of the game.
Is he left-handed?
He shoots righty, but he dribbles left, which is interesting because both my wife and I, we shoot righty, but we dribble left.
Really?
Is it genetic? I don't know, but it's strange. My wife shoots righty, but she writes left-handed. She's like truly, she can use them both.
That's crazy.
But he is
You
always,
dribble
ever
left-
since he loves basketball. He's always had just a natural ability to shoot a basketball. And I don't know, he dribbles left-handed. He likes to dribble left-handed. I don't know.
That's awesome. Maybe it's from watching you. I don't know.
I
That's good though.
I it was a lot of fun. I was in the stands. My wife was coaching.
Oh boy.
She's going up and down, but I was in the stands just clapping. No yelling, just clapping. Staying calm, Ted.
Have any emails about playing time come in yet the day after the game to the coach?
Not yet. Not yet. We divided up the lineups on our way over there. Everything was calculated. We finished with our death lineup, which is what I like to call. So finish
Nice.
strong.
I like
Strong
it.
finish
That's fun.
for the net ninjas. Yeah. So
the net ninja.
yeah. Story time's over now. Okay, back to Bedlam. The women, that third quarter for OU is when they just, I mean, everything started clicking. You saw Chavez get into a little bit of a rhythm, and they put them away in that third quarter. It was a lot of fun to watch, man. Because that first half was super competitive. I was impressed with how Oklahoma State was playing in that first half. And then, yeah, it was clear that OU was a more talented team. And they created the separation that I think a lot of people expected them to create in that second half. And this just in, man, a Jenny Baranchek team could score, dude. 92 in this one.
Awesome.
All the 4 and 5-year-olds I was with were going, they almost got to 100. I was like, yeah, these ladies can score.
And I got to say, the Spanish broadcast, Enrique, his call, dude, it is so awesome to see those clips and everything. He does a great job on all that, man. I absolutely love that we have that. So cool.
I have one complaint about the Bedlam doubleheader.
Okay.
Why aren't we doing crimson versus orange?
Color rush.
Yeah, it's got to be a color rush game.
Yeah.
It right? It looked weird. And first of all, Oklahoma State has some really good white jersey options. The ones that the men wore looked like NBA summer league jerseys. What were those? Those are awful. Like, give me a
Well,
cursive Cowboys across the front, guys. Not the just the logo. That was a terrible choice.
here's the thing. A it's a recurring theme on this show. If I flip the TV, if I happen across the game and turn the TV to the channel, I should instantly know who's playing without seeing the score bug, without seeing anything. You should know instantly. And that doesn't look like Oklahoma State, right?
Needs more orange. It's simple.
Yep.
It's America's brightest orange. We need more of America's brightest orange in Bedlam. It's simple. It's simple. Come on, guys. It's not complicated.
That's right.
There's no reason we can't go crimson on America's brightest orange.
It's why they got their asses swept.
Mm. I do we need any more analysis of the Bedlam doubleheader than that?
I don't think so.
I would like to say Reagan Beers, still a force. Sahara
Yeah.
Williams, she's fun to watch, man. There is I I mean Zaya Van may be my favorite player on that team. Like they got a lot of ladies on that team that are fun to watch hoop. So I very high expectations for that group this season. Just got to continue to get better.
Yep.
And if that group continues to trend in the right direction, they're
Force.
going to be a force to be reckoned with come tournament time.
Agree.
Orange versus crimson. It's easy. Bedlam.
Easy.
Come on,
Yep.
guys. I also think you should break those two games up. The doubleheader, like I don't know how
A
many
lot.
people want to sit there for 5 hours.
It's a lot.
I
Yeah.
it felt to me, I think, especially for the women's game, going second, there would have been a bigger draw if it was like its own standalone thing. Because committing 5 hours on a Saturday to Bedlam basketball is a lot, you know?
It is. No, that makes sense. Yeah,
But
break them up a little bit, but hey, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
yeah,
It was good. Good deal. And the men, I think it's going to take them a little bit to really mesh and figure out exactly um what their style is going to be and how they're going to be their best. But if it all comes together, they got a chance of being pretty good. And the women, I don't know what the ceiling is on this team. Maybe the whole thing. I don't know. They're already really good. If it continues to improve, you're right. They're going to be a force.
who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
Well, Sherrone Moore, um, what a wild week, right?
That let's just start with this. Hey, part of the OU family, former Sooner. We always stick up for our own. But dang, dude, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, it was a pretty bad week for Sherrone Moore. There's some really interesting stuff with all of this, but um, he took a bad situation and made it incredibly bad, and one that he may not ever be able to recover from, frankly. And I think that it has the feeling that there's bad actors all the way around. It has the feeling to me like Michigan knew of this situation for quite some time and held on to it until the right moment. And, that makes them look bad. Obviously, they're bringing in an outside firm to review the whole situation, but 3 charges, jail time, out on bond. The whole situation is an absolute mess. And to be fair, I am like not at all trying to let Sherrone Moore off the hook. He created this entire thing himself. It just feels like it was also weaponized against him, if that makes sense.
I think that's fair to say. Now, I I am the ultimate like play stupid games, win stupid prizes, guys. You
No
know?
doubt.
And Sherrone is at in the position he's in because he made some very dumb decisions.
With the
I
prize possibly being jail time.
yeah, I do want to say this could have been much worse. The conversation we could be having right now could be much darker, and I'm very glad that it's not.
Yep.
I'm very glad that everyone's okay, physically, right? But I mean, this is way up on the list of the dumber things we've seen a coach do. This guy, he was the head football coach at Michigan.
Yeah.
Michigan, and let's be real, he had done a really good job with that offensive line and that offense as the coordinator. But Harbaugh ends up getting forced out, and this guy is handed Michigan. And it seems like he did everything in his power to mess it up.
Yep.
And that's just I don't know Sherrone
I
at
don't
all.
either.
But I'm always gonna when I can, I'm always gonna try to defend guys that are part of our brotherhood, man. But there's just I ain't defending this dude. Like I'm sorry. I wish him nothing but the best. I wish his family nothing but the best. And I don't even want to get into the family side of things, like how incredibly sad all of that is. But the bottom line is this guy had one of the most sought after jobs
Top 5 job.
in
Easy.
in the sport and threw it all away.
Yeah.
For what?
And you can like whatever each individual person covets the most, whether it's money, whether it's the prestige, whether it's you know, to be at a program that can go chase champion, like all of those things, whichever one you think is the most important, people differ on that, but all gone. And like I said, because of his actions after the fact, maybe never be able to coach again. And may spend
It's
time in jail on top of that.
He was the head coach at Michigan. I did I I don't understand how people do some of this stuff. I just don't. But it is once again glad everyone is physically okay. But man, dude was making a gajillion dollars as the head coach at Michigan, and just I I tell my kids all the time, make good decisions. Your decisions have consequences. And these are the consequences of Sherrone Moore's poor decision making. That just the bottom line for me. And now you're right, man. We'll see if his career could be over.
Likely is.
Likely.
If it's not, he's going to have to start from the ground floor all over again. And still, even if you start from the ground floor, people may consider you, radioactive to bring into a program. One of the things you look at a lot of places, like parents look at in recruiting, is what's the character and the makeup of the people I'm sending my son to be around every single day.
I saw some people be like, OU analyst Sherrone Moore. There's no way.
Mm-mm.
Brent Venables, this staff, that's you can't bring that into this program that has earned a reputation of being like these God-fearing, high character men.
Nope.
Can't do that. Won't do that. So I mean, I don't feel bad because he did it to himself, you know? But it's just that doesn't change the fact that it's sad, disappointing, whatever word you want to use.
Yeah, and you know, the money and notoriety can do some bad things to people, you know? And I if there's a little crack in the foundation and you become the guy with, it can be a recipe to lose your footing a little bit, you know? And I don't know, the whole situation is just bad all the way around. And, honestly, Michigan has really piled up quite the history in their athletic department. And I have to imagine that it's a factor on what, given the new landscape, it's not just what your logo is like it was in the past. Given the new landscape, I just wonder I wonder what some of the top coaches out there think of the job currently.
I and like you mentioned, they're bringing in an outside firm to review everything going on. Like, how does Ward Manuel still have his job?
I don't know.
The Harbaugh stuff, the Stallion stuff, now the Sherrone Moore. Like, how does that dude still have his job as the athletic director there?
Yeah, I don't know.
Everyone's wondering who they're going to hire, and it's like I'm over here going, "Who's the guy that's going to hire him?"
Who's the guy
Because
that's going to
this
hire him? And
is,
and again, how do people view that job?
I. It's still a great job. You're in. You've got. You're a top two, top three job in the Big Ten Conference, right?
Yep.
And but there's just no denying that over these last 3 years, the term Michigan man has become like a punchline. And I
Well, you
have to
can go back
assume,
further than that.
yeah,
Now, this isn't they've they're
but
racking
especially
up
here
some
recently,
scandals.
yeah,
Yes.
but that cannot sit well with a lot of people that are the decision makers around there. So I don't know, but it clearly that job being open is a big deal, and there are a bunch of schools out there that are worried they're about to lose their coach to Michigan.
Yep.
No doubt. I don't. Kenny Dillingham, Kalen DeBoer is a name that keeps coming up. Jed Fish is a name that keeps coming up. I I don't know who it's going to be, but even with all of this going on, they're going to get someone good because it's Michigan.
Yep.
So
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. A lot of people are always a lot of talk about the buyouts and all of this stuff. And I don't know what Sherrone's contract situation was, but oftentimes you're talking about buyouts at 25, 35, 40 million. You better believe that there's people watching. And what it, whatever you do, as discreet as you think you might be, people are watching. And it's going to rise to the surface at some point. And if schools have an opportunity to get out of paying 30, 35, 40, 50 million dollars, you better be on the up and up because that for cause clause is going to come calling.
I Anything else to say about it? Just just kind of gross all the way around, you know?
Yep. Who are we going to be playing? Who are we going to be? Who's going to be standing on the sideline whenever we go to Ann Arbor next year?
What's your prediction?
I
The DeBoer doesn't make sense to me.
No. I think all of the DeBoer noise stems from the early part of the season when Alabama, the fans, everyone there was angry over the Florida State situation, felt like it was falling apart. And you're in the playoff now. You just had the number 2 recruiting class in the country. I don't know. Maybe DeBoer actually does hate the place and wants out. But I don't think he's going anywhere. I honestly don't know. I really don't know. I don't have any idea who it might be.
My guess is Jed Fish.
Washington, they just destroyed Boise State last night.
I Washington, it's just a much harder job to get to an elite level. And I know that they played in the title game a couple of years ago with DeBoer. I get that. But Michigan's just a better job. And he's doing it like he's doing the NFL style with the coaching and the front office. Like he's doing all that stuff. And I think Michigan would be very interested in that.
Yeah, maybe so.
I'm just going to have to see Dillingham leave Arizona State to believe it. You know, that's just where I'm at. It feels like his loyalty to his alma mater. It feels very strong. Now, would it be a great hire if they could land him? Yeah, I think it would. I think Dillingham's the type of guy that can kind of cleanse that program of the nastiness it's been through over these last couple of years. But I don't know. It's still Michigan, though. They're going to be a lot of guys lined up for it.
What's crazy is the Underwood side of it.
Yeah.
At quarterback. And I mean, it's a totally different job if he's not your quarterback for the future. So that whole situation is going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
But if you're Dillingham, if Underwood wants to leave, you just call Sam Levitt and you say, hey, man, come be my quarterback at Michigan.
Yeah.
And Levitt's probably like, that sounds good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Hits the transfer portal or yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't think Kenny Dillingham would have a problem landing a quarterback, the right quarterback if he's there. But it is interesting that you got one of the better up and coming talents, maybe the best up and coming talent. And like that would be a big factor in someone accepting that job or not, I would imagine. But, I don't know.
I think we've said everything we need to say on that situation. This is just a kind of a life philosophy for me that I would like to share with all the other men out there. Don't hang out with dudes that cheat on their wives. It's kind of one of my life rules.
Yeah.
It's, just nothing good's going to come of it, dude. Just don't hang out with guys that cheat on their wives. It's just, you can find other friends. Just little life advice.
It's going to find the surface.
Correct. That was kind of a weird ending to that discussion, but I felt the need to share that. I don't know who needed to hear it, but someone out there did.
There you go.
All right, let's get to my winner and loser. But first, if you're looking for tickets to OU's next game, SeatGeek is where y'all need to go. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Oklahoma Sooners. So all Sooners tickets on SeatGeek are authentic and secure, and every ticket is backed by their buyer guarantee. So go to SeatGeek.com or download the SeatGeek app and use our code breakdown10 for 10% off any tickets. With over 35 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app. There are more than 70,000 events listed on SeatGeek, including concerts, sports festivals, and more. The app is extremely easy to use, and SeatGeek has your back. Each ticket is rated on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know you're getting a good deal. So look for the green dots. Green means good, red means bad. And remember, you can use code BREAKDOWN10 for 10% off your next set of tickets at SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code BREAKDOWN10. Make sure you click the link in the description to download the app and have the code automatically added to your account so you can use it later. Thanks, SeatGeek. And go to opolisclothing.com and use promo code TED for 10% off our podcast merchandise and the best OU gear out there. That's opolisclothing.com and use promo code TED. Buttery soft and 10% off. All right, for my winner of the weekend, give me the Navy midshipman. Did you watch it?
I did. What a game, man.
Oh, I won't lie. I turned it on and go, wait, is Navy playing Oregon today? What's happening here? Those uniforms for both are always, there's always so much meaning behind them, and they're great. But I did turn it on and go, wait a second. Wait, is that? And I was like, no, it's Army. It's okay. It's okay. But let me know if this is weird. I found myself cheering for Navy.
Okay.
I think it had a lot to do with the fact that we played them last year. Like a bunch of the same guys were there. I was like, oh, Heidenreich's still there? That's awesome. Teska's still there? That's awesome. Oh, hey, there's Horvat. Like, I knew a bunch of the players on their team, and it just quickly found myself cheering for Navy. I have no connection to the Naval Academy. No one in my family was in the Navy, like nothing like that. I was just like, let's go Navy. It was weird.
Well, I was my rooting kind of went like this. I was kind of pulling for Army as the underdog before, and then they went up, and then I was pulling for Navy to come from behind, and then they went up, and then I was pulling for Army to get the stop late on the 4th down. That's just kind of how I was. I just wanted the seesaw to keep going.
We respect all the troops. You just wanted to be entertained.
That's right. And it was fun to watch.
Army, like if Weaver's knee wouldn't have been down, it is a game of inches, man.
Yep.
I mean, because in real time, it looked like a pick six, and that would have made it 20-7. Instead, Navy
Horvath recovers his own fumble in the air.
Dude, how about Heidenreich recovering the fumble when they tried to sneak it, and then he ends up catching the touchdown a couple plays later on the 4th down. Yep. Which, by the way, I don't know how many people have come to try to poach Eli Heidenreich, but I can guarantee it's more than 0. That right. Dude is a dang player, brother.
Yep.
Hand it to him, throw it to him. Like that dude just makes plays. He's fun to watch. But there were some scenarios in this game where there are just some crazy bounces of the ball that it felt like all of them went Navy's way.
Yep. It was wild. It was a lot of fun though. Like to me, it was exactly what I wanted from the game. It was the type of game you kind of expect, stylistically, low scoring. What was Army like a 6.5 point dog, something like that coming in, or maybe it was more than that, but it was great. It's a lot of fun. You view it through a different lens. And whenever you do that, it's almost impossible not to be entertained with all of the cool pageantry. I saw Beamer was there and just talking about like the 2-hour lead up to it is just incredible.
Coin toss was just the form. The president's form on the coin toss was it was one of those where everyone went, whoa, that was a forceful flip of the coin.
No, it throws the knuckleball. That was awesome.
It was. But everything about that game, you're right. We got to get there at some point, dude.
Yep.
That is on the bucket list. I will say, for two what are considered option teams, Navy runs a whole lot of counter, and Army runs a whole lot of zone. Dude, they were basically just running quarterback outside zone, and I was sitting there going, oh, yes. So The schemes that these two programs are now running, it's evolved. Like they still have the option stuff, but everyone should be studying these schools' run games. Like they are as diverse as you're going to find.
Yeah. My complaint is if you're going to run sprint pass 10 times in a game, try a different route combination with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's I see the same exact route combination every single time. But whatever. It is what it is. I don't know. It's just a cool watch. And you're right. I mean, and people have said it for a while that, the old school option football is dead, but a lot of the new stuff is just a different spin on option football. It's literally what it is. And like you said, it's been adopted by these two schools.
My loser of the weekend feels weird to say. The Oklahoma City Thunder. Ted, we lost the game.
Yep.
I I had forgotten what this feels like. Winning streak snapped. Thunder fall all the way to 24-2 on the season.
Yeah.
After the 111-109 loss to the Spurs in the prestigious NBA Cup semifinals in Vegas. I'm not sure it's more complicated than the Thunder were 9 of 37 from three. It's hard to win games. If you don't shoot it a little better than 24% from three. But credit to the Spurs. Victor Wembanyama causes some problems when he's out on the floor.
Yeah, he does.
Now, I will say, guy says a little too much for a guy that's done nothing in the NBA. I'm just going to say he's got a lot to say for a guy. Hey, man, how about just play a full season and then you can talk a little more? How about that? But, hey, when you win the game, you get to say whatever you want, I suppose.
Fair point. And it's only the second loss of the year, but it doesn't change the fact of how it felt for the fans. And I loved seeing how pissed off the team was.
Yeah.
In just a regular season. It's not a typical regular season loss. And I know it's the cup and all of that stuff, but still, at 24-2 to walk off the court like that, it makes you feel like they're full, like, we already know they're fully invested and all that stuff, but just reinforces that. That's good to see. But you're right. Credit San Antonio. They got it done, man.
Wemby's obviously very good.
Yep.
So good, in fact, it's all the announcers could talk about. But Fox and Castle, those two guys are fun to watch. I mean, Stephon Castle's going to be, he's already a dude, but the trajectory he's on feels like he's going to have a very special career for them. But yeah, I think we can all agree if San Antonio reaches their peak, it's going to be Spurs Thunder for the next, and throw Denver in there with Jokic, of course. Like those three teams over the next, 5 to 10 years, we're going to get to see some absolute battles.
Yep.
In the playoffs. And I for one am excited about it.
Yep.
So I don't like that we lost. I wanted our team to win the cup. I wanted to hang another banner, baby. Cup banner. I don't know if we would have done it or not, but it's one of those I forgot what it's like to watch my squad lose. It's been a while.
I know. Crazy. They've been insanely good, especially this latest stretch with, some of the point differentials and all that. But you're right. One of their biggest weapons, the three ball, just for whatever reason, it was one of those nights. Guys just weren't hitting.
And SGA took some really tough ones. He was 1 of 7 from you look at SGA's stat line, he had 29, but it was kind of it was a weird SGA game. He he played unsure, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Had some strange turnovers or a couple. He's just jumping up in the air, like not knowing where he's going with the ball. He just looked off balance with his decision making to me. And you just rarely see him look that unsure of what he's doing out there on the court. So I it's one of those where I'm not glad it happened, but I kind of glad it happened the way that it did.
Yeah.
Because like you said, it's clear that those guys they wanted to go win this and win the money.
Yeah.
But it's one of those and we're going to get a lot of Thunder versus Spurs over the next couple of weeks. It made me in particular very excited for the Christmas Day game here in Oklahoma City. That should be awesome.
That's going to be awesome. Yep. There was a time where this was a very intense rivalry, and I'm sure that game right there did a lot in bringing it back.
I don't know how many people were watching on Prime Video, but I will say the cup appears to be working because both of those teams were absolutely getting after it, and it's the middle of December.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's a good point. I mean, it I was watching, and I don't know that I don't watch every Thunder game, but when there's the right matchup, I do. And with this being, the the semifinal of the cup, I was definitely dialed in. And I even watched a little bit of the Knicks matchup.
I would like to formally request that the NBA move the Thunder game back to Wednesday night so it doesn't conflict with the live podcast.
Right.
Because remember, they moved it to try to avoid the back-to-back where the Thunder would have to play Tuesday and then play again on Wednesday against the Clippers. So they moved it to Thursday night. Well, now it feels silly. Can we just play it Wednesday night so that everyone that has to, we don't want people to have to choose between us and the Thunder.
Release a statement because of the live podcast at Riverwind. The OKC Thunder moving the game back to Wednesday.
Do the right thing, NBA. Come on. We need people not to be conflicted. We want people, remember, please come. 24-2. Well, 80-2, still a possibility.
Yep.
I think they're going to be just fine. I think they're going to be. I think it was the first time we'd had our starting five play together too. So it's not like the Thunder are still figuring some things out. They're just figuring things out while they're 24-2. It's going to be all right. And I will say, it feels like we've talked a lot about motivational material in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Wembanyama had a lot to say after this game, and I don't think the guys on the Thunder are going to forget that.
Let's hope not. Let's hope not. We'll see you on Christmas Day.
We could have a bit of a spicy rivalry brewing, which is great.
Absolutely.
Birthday shout-outs. Happy 10th birthday to Tennyson Irvin.
Happy 21st birthday to Maddox Palmer.
Happy 23rd birthday to Brody Palmer.
Happy 66th birthday to Patty Primetime Costner.
Happy birthday to Sam Pops Garlow.
Happy early birthday to David Faulkner.
Happy birthday to OU lacrosse coach Corbin Barnett.
Let's go. And congrats to Luke Sandoval on becoming a paramedic. Nicely done.
Appreciate you, Luke. On that note, episode 589 in the books. We'll have a new podcast that'll drop on Wednesday. Just a reminder, please subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also, make sure you check out our website, okbreakdown.com, for all of our stuff in one spot. Hope you'll have a great start to your week. Until next time, we appreciate you all for listening. Do what you always do, Oklahoma. Take care of each other.